I am originally from Argentina. I did my undergrad back in Argentina, and then I joined the Schmidt Lab to do my master's back in 2018 and up to 2020. I'm currently a PhD student at Cornell. I met Amy for the first time in 2017, and that was when I was an exchange student with a very short-term Fulbright program that put me at UNL for 2 months just to explore universities in the US and a bunch of professors to get to know about their research and extension programs. So I emailed Amy, and she was nice enough to arrange a meeting for me with a bunch of other faculty from BSc. And after that trip finished, we kept in touch for a little bit and decided that I wanted to come back to the US to do my master's. She had funding at the time, and that's how I was able to accommodate the master's program. My main project looked at the effects of manure and cedar mulch application on soil health properties and crop properties. It was like a super good project, gave me so much exposure to a lot of cool things and a lot of people. I think the network of that project was so amazing. That was one of the highlights of my experience there. In my case, there was one big component that was just getting used to how a lot of things worked in the US research and extension systems. So I was coming from a different country, not knowing a bunch, so there was like a huge amount of learning happening during those 2 years of how everything worked. A really good experience because since the moment I arrived to the lab, it was like getting in touch with a lot of people, emailing a lot of people, and the group of the project was pretty big, interacting with multiple stakeholders. So I think that was a very good exposure or way for me to learn how a lot of things work. And then the exposure to extension, I think that was another very significant thing, and how it shaped a lot of what I do now and what I like about research. That applied research and extension that we do at the Schmidt Lab is kind of showed me, the power of applied research and the meaning of this job. In Argentina, the extension system, that doesn't quite work the same way. So I feel like during my master's was when I got the real exposure to how the land-grant university system works in the US and what to do extension means. And I feel like I personally found a lot of meaning to my work through extension and through the applied research we did there. I feel like when you get to go to a farmer meeting and present your research and get questions about it and see that there's people talking about it, or I think it brings a lot of meaning to the daily work we do. And I feel like I am very motivated in my work, but by finding that meaning in the process. So I feel like extension is a great way to see the work we do applied and used to improve something in someone else's procedures or life in general. And I think that brings a lot of meaning, and extension is a key component. In general, I think I've been always open to a lot of opportunities, and that's something I try to keep now. And I always try to tell people before I came to the US for the first time through that Fulbright scholarship, I never thought of pretty much doing a master's or a grad program. And that gave me a good exposure, and I said, oh, I can do this. And then I kept myself open and pursued that opportunity, and it happened. When I joined Schmidt Lab to do my master's, I didn't even know if I would do a PhD, and I feel like now I'm in the same kind of search. So it's trying that idea of continue to explore multiple opportunities and continue learning in that process, not to be stuck to one career path. If I hadn't had my master's, my life would be completely different, or the amount of opportunities that I'm exploring right now because Amy trusted me in that first couple of meetings we had. I think it was made a huge difference, and something I'm going to be forever grateful for.